Welcome back to part 5 of our live training session here with our turbocharged BMW M3 running on our EMU Black standalone system. Now, the last video we started the wide open throttle calibration process. We know that everything was sorted out off the wastegate spring level. Now we're going to turn our attention into using our closed loop boost control with our 3-port boost solenoid and increasing the boost pressure so that we can hit a desired target boost pressure. Now, this does have a stock clutch. We're not able to turn up the boost a tremendous amount, but we definitely can pick up a bunch of power from the wastegate springs. We're going to be exploring how to do that, also making sure that the fuel and spark timing and the knock controls are all going to be functional and working properly, just as we found in the last video off the wastegate spring. So without further wait, let's jump in this video so we can get started. Welcome back to our live training here with our turbocharged BMW M3. Now, last video we worked on our full throttle area of operation. We optimized fuel, spark, variable cam, and we made sure that the knock controls configure and works. We tested that out, making sure that it was kicking in and doing its job. We over-advanced the timing a little bit, and we brought the timing back so it's a safe amount. Now, this video we're going to be focusing our efforts on doing boost control tuning, specifically looking at our closed loop boost control. I'm going to show you exactly how to accomplish working with the closed loop boost control. It's actually relatively simple, but there's some order of operations to it that we need to know in order to make sure it's done properly. Now, before we do that, I was mentioning in the very last video when we started to wrap things up, the part throttle area of driving in our main VE table needs to be checked. We optimized our cam angles here, so we're jumping back into our cam tables and our dual vanos. We have our variable cam timing that we've set up in our tables here. We need to go back into our VE table now to just confirm that everything's going to be 100%. And we know that as you're a higher throttle angle, so 70% throttle and higher, in our VE table, as we were optimizing these and we were getting more cylinder filling, we were getting more airflow into the engine, we had to go and increase our VE values in our VE table because that estimates and represents what the airflow is coming into the engine. We had to go bring those up because we had more air coming into the engine. I want to make sure at part throttle that that's still going to be holding true and that our airflow model here within our part throttle driving at roughly maybe 30-40% throttle and lower is still going to be valid. It's still going to work. I don't want it to be thrown off. I don't want it to be too rich or too lean. So we're going to go check that real quick right now and just fix any kind of discrepancies that we're finding. And then we'll move into our boost control and I'll go through setting all that up. There's a lot of little details to cover and talk about, but it is relatively straightforward. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to fire it up here. And we're just going to do our driving, and we're going to drive it at maybe 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and just double check, again, that our VE table is good to go. As long as everything's good and we fix any kind of deviations we have going on there, then we'll move into boost control. And there's going to be probably some small deviations that we're going to find here in our table. So let's go turn our fan and our pump on. Let's fire it up. Now we got to let the wideband come online here so we can use our EGO correction to guide us in making our changes, just as we talked about in our last few videos here. So we'll just be patient and let this come online. All right, we see the wideband is starting to read, so I'm going to bring the dyno down to 2,000 RPM. And we're going to start there. We're just going to go through the table here and just go sweep up and down and make sure everything's good. So 2, 3, and 4,000. That should be enough of a check. We'll have to do any other testing and driving off the chassis dyno, but this will give us a quick and dirty way to make sure everything is scaled reasonable now that our variable cam timing has been optimized. All right, let's try this. Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here. And you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.